caught daydreaming about a coworker. That rush of excitement might be hiding a more complicated reality. Many people overlook the subtle warning signs of trouble in workplace romances, getting swept away by the allure of connection. But what if that spark is actually a ticking time bomb? Emotional intelligence is often celebrated, yet it can blur boundaries and lead to misunderstandings, creating a volatile environment. Picture this: you're in the break room, sharing laughter with someone who seems to understand you like no one else. The chemistry is undeniable, but beneath that camaraderie, unintended consequences could be lurking. Office relationships often create imbalances. What starts as harmless flirting can quickly morph into unspoken expectations, turning every interaction into a heavy burden. Imagine your crush evolving into a secret affair. Initially thrilling, it soon entangles you in whispers and judgment, leaving behind a bitter taste of regret. Have you ever felt that unsettling pit in your stomach when colleagues start to notice the spark? Suddenly, your private connection becomes public drama, shifting from excitement to anxiety. So, how do you avoid this slippery slope? Awareness is your best defense. Recognize those early warning signs like blurred boundaries or excessive attachment before things spiral out of control. But here's the catch: even if you tread carefully, the fallout can be swift. Office dynamics can shift in an instant, leaving you questioning every word and action. As you weigh the risks, ask yourself, is that thrilling connection worth the potential chaos? Reflect on your experience. How often have you seen love bloom only to wither under workplace pressures? In a world that celebrates emotional intelligence, stay vigilant. The sweetest connections can come with the most bitter consequences. If you found this information helpful, consider sharing it with someone who might need a little nudge. After all, awareness leads to empowerment. Did you know that the qualities we admire in emotional intelligence can sometimes mask serious risks? It's true. In today's workplace, the idealized view of emotional intelligence can lead us down a tricky path. We often celebrate awareness of our own feelings and those of others as a strength. You might be navigating an emotional minefield without even realizing it. Imagine a workplace where everyone strives to be the empathetic one. Sounds great, right? But what happens when Simone's constant need to read emotions turns into manipulation? You could end up questioning your decisions and feeling unsure about your instincts. Now, let's dig deeper. Picture a colleague who uses emotional intelligence as a shield. They charm everyone with their understanding demeanor, but often dodge responsibility, creating a toxic environment where genuine feelings get tangled with self-interest. You might think, that won't happen to me, but it can. Emotional intelligence can become a tool for manipulation, creating power dynamics that leave you feeling vulnerable. You trust someone, only to find out they know exactly how to push your buttons. It gets even trickier when we become so focused on being understanding that we neglect our own needs. This constant emotional effort can lead to burnout. You might believe you are helping, but you could be sacrificing your well-being for those who take advantage of your kindness. So what can you do? Start by setting boundaries. It might feel uncomfortable at first, but your emotional health matters. Recognizing your limits is the first step to reclaiming your power in both personal and professional relationships. As we wrap up, remember, this emotional intelligence isn't inherently good or bad, it's all about how we use it. The next time you find yourself caught in the web of empathy, ask yourself, take a moment to reflect on that. If you found this insight helpful, share it with someone who might need it. You could help them steer clear of the hidden dangers of romanticizing emotional intelligence in their lives. Have you ever felt that kindness in the workplace can be a double-edged sword? It's like a warm hug that can suddenly turn cold. You might be asking, how does that happen? Let's dive into this. Many people romanticize emotional intelligence, believing that kindness always leads to positive outcomes. However, this belief can hide some dangers. Imagine a supportive colleague who shares their personal struggles, and suddenly, boundaries begin to blur. You might feel compelled to empathize, but what happens when that empathy turns into emotional exhaustion? While you're focused on nurturing relationships, the lines between personal and professional can easily get tangled, often catching people off guard. Picture yourself in a meeting where emotions are running high. If someone starts to cry, it can shift the entire mood and influence decisions in unexpected ways. These subtle changes can lead to significant consequences, such as misunderstandings or simmering resentments that linger beneath the surface. Now, consider how often we prioritize kindness over clarity. A team member might take on extra tasks out of goodwill, but resentment can build when they feel overwhelmed. This can lead to burnout, yet many of us overlook this potential harm. What's even more concerning is the fear of speaking up. Have you ever hesitated to voice your concerns to avoid hurting someone's feelings? This common scenario can disrupt team dynamics more than you realize. As tensions rise, the workplace can become charged with unspoken grievances. Can you feel that pressure? It's almost palpable. When it finally breaks, everyone is left wondering how things fell apart so quickly. So, what's the solution? Start by setting clear boundaries. Kindness is essential, but it needs to be paired with honesty. Imagine a work environment where people feel safe expressing their needs without fear of judgment. It's not just about being nice, it's about being authentic. Reflect on your own experiences. Have kindness and emotional intelligence ever felt more burdensome than beneficial? As you